Hello, this is Flora's story time. Um, I used to speak Korean, but today I'm thinking I speak English because a lot of my friends are English speakers. And I'm doing this because I like to do. I like to tell the stories since I was very young. This is something I enjoy to do, not because I have to do. There are many things in life you have to do. For example, you have to work to earn the living, you have to eat, you have to take care of your children or your dogs. But you also need something, something that you don't have to do but you enjoy to do it. This is what I like to do it. Okay, today I'm going to tell a story about my dog. Her name is Gitanjali, but we call her Gita. My husband gave this name to her. I adopted her in 2004 when she was 2 months old. Now she is 15 years old. She lived 8 years in Korea with us and 7 years in Mexico. She was born actually in a dog meat restaurant, but I don't know she's for the meat, but she was born there. So ever since she was a baby, she saw a lot of dreadful things for dogs. So she's afraid of people. And I bought her because my husband said he wants to rescue a dog, not just buying a purebred or beautiful dog, but he wanted to rescue a life. That's how I got her. I bought her actually, and but she was so intelligent, so smart, and even though she's rather timid, but she learned everything very quickly. And soon after I adopted her, somehow I could communicate with her, not just by talking, but sort of telepathically. Animal communication is not really strange thing. Just, for example, when humans talk, first we think in our brain, and then we verbalize this, right? The telepathic communication is like we communicate when you think, in your brain. Then without verbalize, we catch these signals each other. So in a way, it's I don't know. For me, it's very natural thing, and you can also learn how to communicate with animals, but you have to open your heart. You have to love animals, and there's something more. I don't know how can I explain this. Maybe you are gifted this ability. I don't know. By the time I adopted her, I used to translate a lot about the animals. Master talks about the animals' qualities, or animals' intelligent, who they are, what they are, things like that. I learned a lot through the translation of her lecture. And I remember animals are same as human, like there are flowers, There, there are roses, there are lilies. It's different flowers, but animals are same as us. We are human, they are animals. We are not higher, they are not lower. It's just different beings. It's so simple. They're just different beings. They have different talent. Um, we just have a human being maybe have a little higher IQ, so we can use more tools. We can manipulate better. That doesn't mean we are higher than them. Once go into their world a little more deeply, they have amazing qualities within themselves. And if people talk about this, maybe a lot of people think, oh, that's fake, that's not true. But that's why many people who can communicate with the animals, they don't talk a lot about this because people don't believe it. The only way you understand is that you yourself have to have experienced this. It's so interesting, so fascinating. It's like totally different world. Like we visited totally different world, other nations. If you get to know the worlds of animal, it's so interesting. The qualities and each one has unique personalities. And also in the spiritual side, it's amazing. If you know about it, it's really, really amazing. What I know is the very, very tiny, tiny little part of the worlds of animals. But still, I'm always fascinating. Okay, let's get back to story about my Gita. Because now she's 15 years old. April 5th was her birthday, and quite old in human age. It's over 100 years old. But for me, she's still a puppy. And before her birthday, she had a big operation. She had many tumor around her nipples, memory tumors. And it was a big, huge surgery for her. And through this incident, I want, before I decided to give her operation, it puzzled me a lot also. I don't know I should give her operation or not. But then the one of the tumor was growing very rapidly. So the vet said if you just leave it, and it might burst open and there's no cure for it. So then one day I was meditating about it. If she was a young dog, I wouldn't worry about it. But because she's so old, I didn't know she could bear the gravity of operation. And, after operation, you have to really, really care for the scars, and also antibiotics. And it's a really big shock for her. I didn't want to give it to her. I just want her to live happily, until the day of death. But then one of the tumor was growing so rapidly, and then there was no choice. And before operation, and then I said, okay, before her birthday, I have to give her operation and gave her new life. That was my decision. And because this city where I live has no, well, there's a hospital, many veterinarian office, but she need more sophisticated equipment for her long time surgery. So I found a place in Tuxtla and I brought her there and then gave her operation. The vet told me that it might be very complicated because she has too many tumors and might hold other organs or vessels. In that case, it's much more complicated than ordinary surgery. Anyway, I had to take a chance. I thought if I just let the tumor grow, I don't know, she might have much more suffering. So what I chose was giving her less suffering, but operation itself was huge thing for her. I meditated a lot and I prayed a lot. And actually the day she had operation, I stayed in the same city. I found a hotel and stayed there and meditate overnight. Anyway, the operation went well and it wasn't so complicated. I was so grateful to the doctor who gave her operation and all the workers, nurses in the veterinarian office. But then she cried almost 3 nights. She couldn't sleep because of the pain. And when I listened her crying, my heart was like melting away. You know, it's so painful. And but fortunately, when I meditate well with my friend, she could sleep at night. I'm so grateful I learned this method of meditation. And now it's like almost 2 weeks after her surgery, and no big side effect, a little bit of infection after the surgery, but it's not serious. I'm taking care of it every day. Anyway, what I want to tell is through this experience, the night she had operation, I could communicate her. She was so painful, so cold. She says she's so cold and so painful, and she won't to give up or something like that. I said, no, don't do that. And then I show her something she likes. She likes to go for a walk. She likes to go for a walk with me and my husband together. She loves that so much. I don't know why. And she likes to eat the green. The green is like a vegan dog chew. She loves that. And I said, after the surgery, we're gonna go home and we're gonna go for a walk. And we enjoy she loves the food. For example, corn, she loves it. Right. Something she loves it. I showed her image of these things. She loves it. And then, okay. And then after that, she decided to leave anyway. Of course, all through the night, I meditate for her, and whatever merit I have, I said I want to give it to her. And luckily, she was recovering quite well. Even with her age, she's 15 years old. It's quite old, and it's a big surgery for her. Anyway, through this experience, I realized how precious, how important to enjoy ordinary life. Things we love, things we love to do every day. For example, enjoying the morning sun, going for a walk. You can go for a walk with a healthy body, enjoy the food you love. Such a simple thing was so precious. I thought it's so precious. We have to enjoy this like wholeheartedly every day. And then I said, okay, after your operation, every day is your birthday. Mm. Life is so precious, so precious. We can't lose every single minute. We have to be positive, we have to be grateful, we have to enjoy. That's the lesson I learned through her. Mm, yeah, we often forget. We often forget how precious to have a just normal life. Wake up in the morning, you have breakfast, you breathe normally, you go for a walk, you have some times with your loved one. It's so important. I hope you enjoy. And so every day after the operation, I said, okay, we have to celebrate life. I don't know how long we can live, but we have to celebrate. I'm sorry, that's the story. There are many stories about her, but today I finish here. Enjoy your life.